Let's talk about what actually happened, and let me give you a play-by-play. As everything this past year, it all starts with the pandemic. The coronavirus hits, the stock market plummets. It goes from almost 30,000 down to 18,000. And all as they say, buy low, sell high, and a lot of new investors enter the marketplace. So that tees this entire situation up. So enter this Wall Street bet form. A lot of new investors, day traders, they're basically saying, let's take advantage of the lowest market the stock market's been in almost a decade. Let's start investing. They're starting to invest and they're talking on this forum. So that sets the stage for exactly what happens. Then meanwhile, you got these hedge funds doing what they do, looking to take advantage and manipulate the market and basically short certain stocks. So that's how they get started. And if you're not familiar with short selling, let me just give you a quick little tip with that. It's basically betting against the stock. You don't like it, you don't own it, you don't want it. You're taking out debt essentially to short the stock. And that's how you can lose very badly when the stock goes up. More on that in a second. So these big hedge funds are basically shorting these stocks, and these Redditors start to take notice. They said, look, we don't like these Wall Streeters, hedge funds taking advantage of us little guys. Let's try to fight back. So they were motivated and galvanized to basically take on the hedge funds. So why are they looking to take on the hedge funds? Obviously, they're sick of the corporate greed, the manipulation of the market, and they're basically going to give them a little taste of their own medicine. So basically, here's what's happening. The hedge funds are shorting the market. These guys are trying to fight back, and they get galvanized by none other than Elon Musk. Elon Musk is no fan of short sellers because basically there were millions of short sellers who were trying to short Tesla. We all know what happened with Tesla since the pandemic. They've skyrocketed to the moon. A little shout out to the SpaceX right there. So basically, Elon Musk is basically saying, listen, I don't like any part of this. He quote unquote says this: you can't sell houses you don't own. You can't sell cars you don't own, but you can sell stock you don't own. This is BS. Shorting is a scam. So that's Elon Musk's thoughts on this. Obviously, the Redditors pay attention to his every word. They're basically saying, yeah, we agree with this. Let's fight even harder against these hedge fund short sellers. And then Elon Musk sees what's going on and he tweets one word. He goes, game stonks. Game stonks. You've seen the meme with the stonks out there. So he tweets that. Next thing you know, GameStop's stock price goes from $2.50 to $5 to $50 to as high as $500. $2 to $500. This is crazy. Obviously, the stock is now cratering these days, but that's what happened in this past week. So Citron Research, one of those hedge funds that I talked about that was famous for short selling, they kind of egged on some of these Reddit investors. Here's what they said. GameStop buyers are the suckers at this poker game. So they sort of poked the bear of these Reddit investors, which only encouraged the Wall Street bets community to buy even more GameStop stock. So basically what ended up happening is these short sellers, do you know how much they lost? Do you know how much they lost? Not $1 billion, not $5 billion, not $10 billion, over $20 billion on GameStop alone. That's a lot of bread right there. That's a lot of games. So basically, the hedge funds are losing money. These Redditor guys are making money. One guy turned $47,000 into $47 million. This is unheard of. This is crazy. So shout out to that guy. Tip of the cap. I hope you sold at the top and actually made some money. Turned in $47,000 to $47 million. This is unheard of. This is crazy. Citron Research is obviously not happy about losing billions and billions and billions of dollars. They basically say that the Reddit users are a quote unquote angry mob and they vow to quit publicly commenting about GameStop. Yeah. No shit, you're going to publicly stop commenting. You just lost a few billion. You might want to zip it up for a little bit. Citron. So basically, that's what happens. And then you got Robinhood. Robinhood's stuck in the middle. We all heard that song, Stuck in the Middle with You. You got clowns to the left of me. You got jokers to the right. Here they are stuck in the middle. And why is Robinhood stuck in the middle? Why? Because they get their funding from these big Wall Street firms. So they don't like that they're getting shorted. But all their clients are these individual investors. So they're stuck in the middle and they got to pick a path. So basically what happens is they stop trading. They halt trading. They basically say you can no longer buy the GameStop stock. You can only sell. Now, I'm not sure how well versed you are in the stock market, but if you can't buy and you can only sell, the stock price will only go down. That's just basically how that works. So Robinhood is starting to get a lot of hate. You got Dave Portnoy basically saying, what the hell's going on here? These guys should go to jail. You got Fed regulators, SEC, all commenting on what's going on. The politicians are weighing in. AOC is saying, well, you know, how come these hedge fund guys can treat the economy and the market like a monopoly game, but all of a sudden when the Reddit guys want to do it, you want to cry and complain and take your ball home. So that's what's going on. There's a lot of drama out there. Basically, Robinhood gets a lot of heat. And in essence, Elon Musk, who was sort of stirring up the controversy, actually does a public phone call with Vlad Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood, and says, dude, what's going on here? Please explain this to me. So Vlad, obviously, he's been on the news, he's been on CNBC, he's been everywhere trying to explain his position on this. He's caught between a rock and a hard place because, again, he answers to Wall Street, but he also has to answer to who his clients are on Robinhood, these individual investors.